There are many reasons for not improving as fast as you'd like to, so I hope you're able to apply these qualities I'll be going over for your own personal art journey. The biggest roadblock I realized that was holding me back was better time management, and I don't mean this in the way you think. I don't simply mean blocking out certain times of the day to draw. I was drawing every day, but any improvement I had was over a very long period of time or not in the right areas, and it was very frustrating. When I finally realized what was holding me back, I was able to hit the ground running and improve at a speed faster than any other time in my life. You must realize that the only person holding you back is you. I'm 36 years old and have struggled with improving for the vast majority of my life. It's only in the past couple of years that I have really pushed forward, and that is why what I'll be going over here is so critical for achieving your art goals. There are three main aspects that make up successful time management: ambition, resources, practice. I'll be taking a deeper look at how you can utilize each one to help max out your skills, and you'll notice there will be a lot of overlap with these three in each section since they are all closely related and each one is so important. Having ambition to improve is hugely important, and it will be the greatest force in time management. When I was younger, I did not have the same ambition I do now, so most of my time was spent just drawing whatever I wanted and rarely learning anything new. These things may have been in the back of my brain subconsciously, but I wasn't making a real conscious effort to apply what I learned. It's not like I didn't want to improve. I believe a lot of what was holding me back was that I didn't feel like I could ever achieve the same level of illustration work as the artists I admired. I just didn't have the skill or talent. There's no way someone like me, who isn't really an artist, can achieve anything similar. Now I know that was just a lie I was telling myself, and I don't want you to fall into this trap. Don't gatekeep yourself or fall into the imposter syndrome trap. Your art and ambition are just as valid as every other artist's. The ambition will help dictate your time management. So for me, I started to become more obsessed with learning anatomy. Now that I realized my ambition for learning anatomy, I sought out resources to help me. Practicing became part of my regular schedule, and then I found I was learning and improving. Then I wanted to learn more about color and lighting, so I found resources for that, and as I would create illustrations, I would approach them differently. I was able to think of different techniques I could use to achieve the piece I wanted to. Ambition allowed me to find the areas that I wanted to improve in, and then I was able to seek out the resources and do the practice to help me improve. And that will lead us to the next sections. Art resources have changed dramatically in the past few years. Before, the options were much more limited. You could go to art classes, art college, get some books, etc. But those are also very expensive. Nowadays, I can hop onto YouTube, and there are so many amazing artists on here that have such incredible advice. Not only is there YouTube though, there's also websites like Skillshare or Colosso.us, and so many online classes available. It is so good that you are here on YouTube looking to learn. However, it is also very important to not fall into the cycle of always watching videos and never practicing. This leads back to time management and why it's so important. I think it's good to pick one topic at a time you'd like to learn about. You should watch at least 3 videos on the topic since there are so many different approaches to every part of art, and what works for one person may not work for you. Practice a bit and develop into your own personal technique. For example, I found different ways to draw the head and have found that both have strengths and weaknesses. Now I'm thinking about how can I combine both to make a system that works for me. This channel is also creating art tutorial resources. I'll link a popular video for different ways you can do flat colors quickly at the top right here. It's only about 13 minutes long, so it's a quick way to learn some new techniques. I like to shove as much information into a video as possible so we don't have to spend too much time watching videos and can get back to practicing and drawing what we want to. I have mentioned practicing a lot here because, of course, if you don't practice, you can't improve. Practicing is also difficult to balance within time management because naturally as artists, we don't want to just draw still lifes and gesture drawings all day. We want to actually create pieces that are from our heart. Practical application can be broken up into 3 ways: studies, refined illustrations, and a combination of study and illustration. When you do a study, you are focused completely on the part you want to improve. Like with still lifes, you may be entirely focused on the values of shading. Or with gesture drawing, you may focus on the line of action of the model. With a refined illustration, you are taking everything you learn and now applying it to the entire drawing that you're putting your heart into. But what if you're feeling impatient and want to do both of these things? This is where you can now do a combination of an illustration with a study of what you are learning. I have this drawing of Garo from One Punch Man I did recently, and you can see it's not a very refined piece. I actually struggled a bit with this because I was having a lot of issues with the colors here. Actually, it still has a lot of issues, but I was able to use it as a learning piece, a combination of a study and an illustration. I was able to create this piece quickly and apply everything I was learning from my classes into it. This way, I was able to do practical application without spending 10 hours on one illustration. The illustration doesn't have to be refined or finished since it isn't intended to be one. I didn't have this planned at all, I just decided to do it one day. So as I was drawing it, as I was having trouble, what I did was I recalled my notes from when I was taking this online course. So when watching videos or taking courses, I also write down notes. I just have a notebook that's filled with them so I can reference them quickly, and it's very helpful. From there, I was able to save the piece and get a better result. And again, it isn't perfect, but I was able to post this and not be embarrassed by it. I'd also like to let all my viewers know that I have a Discord server where you can share your art, get critiques, and find and share resources for improving. We're currently a small community looking to grow, and the more resources and critiques we gather, the more we will be able to grow ourselves. There's a link in the description for anyone who's looking to join the community. Let me know in the comments if you struggle with anything that I've talked about here, and if you found something helpful, leave a like and a subscribe because I have many ideas for more tutorials and tips to help us achieve our goals. May our journey for creating beautiful art be easy and fun.